That's what you need to see in him. What you need to see in you. Right. The question was about you.
Okay.
Her connection acting up again. You know that be happening sometimes. Hey y'all, and welcome to From Auntie with Love, a sisterverse of Black women reimagining life together. Four aunties in different seasons of life with stories to tell, thoughts to spill, wisdom to drop, and side eyes to give. Pour yourself a little tea or something else. We're not here to judge you, okay? And let's get into the conversations that don't usually make it to the table, but should. My name is Kimberland, and I am the grounded bougie auntie.
My name is Vanessa, and I'm the free-spirited auntie.
Hello, I'm Shekinah, the Ask Me Anything auntie.
And this episode is brought to you by our sponsors. We have Are You Ready to Discover Your Destiny? Kimberland, your intuitive melanated life coach, is here to help you uncover your gifts, get clear on your purpose, and start living the life you were born to live. Feeling stuck? This is your sign to tap in. Get more information at dyd25.com today. Hit my girl up. And educators, this is for you. A space and community for educators to release stress, recharge, and reconnect with yourself and others. From yoga and mindfulness to local experiences, it's about making sure educators thrive beyond the classroom. If that sounds just like what you need, follow me, Vanessa, at The Well Educator on IG to bring this wellness space to your community. And I'm going to go ahead and kick it off to my girl, Shekinah, for the Melanated Media Moment.
Okay, listen. First of all, thank you guys for joining us for another week of From Auntie with Love. As y'all can see, we are missing an auntie.
We are auntie down.
We are auntie down, okay? But she's here in our hearts, and she might just pop on at any point during the show, okay? So don't think we forgot about my girl C, okay? Next order of business. Today, we are talking about something that all of the aunties and all of y'all, it's universally relatable. If you can't, you can absolutely 1000% relate to this topic. If you can't relate to this topic, I want to hear about that because that's also an interesting situation, okay? Today, we're talking about dating, all right? We are talking about the phases of dating. How do we define what stage, at what point we are involved in what and how and all of the things going on, okay? And all the grays in between. So, Kimberland, kick us off with the clip that's just going to inspire our conversation. Give us a little context for the dating stages that are out there as per a Gen Zer.
As per the young people. Are you a Gen Z?
Yes, I just made the cut. Like, I just missed the millennial cut. So I'm millennial.
I was after the millennial.
Yeah, so I'm Gen Z 98.
Me and you
cap
the millennials. And I think Sierra might be a millennial. I think actually Sierra is the end of millennial. And
I'm an elder millennial. So, this is going to be really interesting. All right, so this is Gen Z explaining the dating stages. So let's get this popping.
My son is helping me and my wife understand how dating works now. Back in the day when me and Melissa were dating, I liked you. I said, would you be my girlfriend? She said yes. She was boyfriend, girlfriend. Now there's
you can court, Kev.
You can court. Now there's 5. Give them the stages, Isaiah.
So from my understanding, and I think this applies for a lot of people my age, it goes talking stage, situationship, dating, and then boyfriend and girlfriend. Now sometimes dating and boyfriend and girlfriend can be together, but I'm seeing more and more that dating and boyfriend and girlfriend are a separate stage.
But explain the situation.
Yes, because I thought situationship was toxic. So, we in a situationship.
Here it is. Talking stage is when you guys know you like each other, but you haven't really made any romantic moves yet. But it's clear that you guys like each other, okay? Situationship is that, but you've probably gotten physically intimate. You probably kissed. You probably went on like 1 or 2 dates.
Okay.
Dating is when you are going on dates, like, I guess for a few weeks by that point, where you are going on dates.
Are you exclusive?
Love Island. That's my next question.
Technically, you're exclusive, but I guess you're also technically not exclusive. And then boyfriend and girlfriend is when you're actually official. Everybody's scared of commitment nowadays. That's why there's 4 stages of
That's
this.
why.
But that's what I've gathered.
A bunch of gray and a bunch of headache and a bunch of heartbreak.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it. A bunch of heartaches, a bunch of headaches.
Are y'all afraid of commitment? So the less
Yes.
you put into it, then it. Oh, we was just talking. We was just situation.
Everybody kind of just wants to just have the
friends with benefits.
Yeah, basically, just have a girlfriend and boyfriend
What
in
benefits
private.
you have?
I don't even know what that phrase means actually. So I don't know.
Oh, you laughing, Joe? All right, parents. There's 4 stages at least now. By the time I post this video, probably new one.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, so that was from comedian. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, did we take notes? Because
Yes.
I got confused. So I
put it in the chat.
okay, but go ahead.
I put in the chat the stages. That was from comedian Kev on Stage and his son. And so I want to know now my personal experience. Like I said, I was born in 95. So for context, I am familiar with all of said stages. These stages did exist.
In that order?
Yeah, for sure. Now, they existed. We definitely we'll be talking before we doing anything. We're talking, and now the situationship is a new one. It was talking and then exclusive and then boyfriend and girlfriend. Those are the terms that we used. So I want to know from you ladies, before we get into the nitty gritty, what were the terms, stages, phase 1, 2, 3, 4, if there were, when y'all was in the scenes? And I am currently in a committed relationship, have been for 5 years, for context also. So that give that context too. Kimberly, you go first.
Okay.
Me? Well, I was going to tell Vanessa to go first because I feel like y'all might be more aligned because I don't think mine are anything like these.
Yeah, I would say for me, I've heard of all of the stages. I feel like the only difference I didn't agree with him on is like situationship. Because I feel like situationship is more than just 1 to 2 dates. I feel like a situationship is like y'all been dating for a while and y'all just living in that dating phase, or y'all just still hanging out. Nobody is saying they want to be exclusive, or would you still get upset if I'm going out there doing my thing and you have an issue with it. And so that's that situationship phase where nobody wants to like kind of commit to being together. Because listen, I was situationship queen down in college. Okay, I didn't want to commit. I don't know why. It just wasn't in me to commit. I felt like it was at one point that I did want to, and then I found out he was doing something, so I was like, I'm cool, buddy.
Okay.
And yeah. It's crazy.
Interesting.
And so I feel like the reason why situationships kind of exist is because people are too scared to commit, to make that first step of being vulnerable. Because now looking back now, I'm in a committed relationship now. And I think that was like why I wasn't in a committed relationship then, because I didn't want to be vulnerable. Like, you gonna play me? What Justin say? If you try me, I'm gonna cut you up. But nonetheless, so now I'm in a different situation now, and I do think the talking phase. I feel still like in the talking phase, you can still be a little, risque. You have a little kiss, do a little something. And especially with dating, like it's a little more advanced. Before you get to boyfriend and girlfriend, but I wonder, are we going to talk about like the time period of that, like before you?
Yes, absolutely. I want to hear Kimberland
first,
phases first, and then we're going to get into the thing. So, I have a lot of questions.
Because I'm over here like trying to put things in order, and I'm like, child, so talking, agree. Talking is we just getting to know each other. That's your little friend. Okay. We just talking. Right. Then after talking, I feel like the dating and boyfriend, girlfriend back in my day, those kind of blended together. Like if you're dating somebody, then that was your boyfriend or girlfriend that you were dating.
We're bad.
We go together. And even more so in the white people world, that's when they used to say you're going steady.
Steady.
Right. So then Steady.
Hey.
What you know about that?
Just getting to your nose a little something. I told you I'm like millennial cuss. Yeah.
That's a TikTok
So we
remix.
would do, so the dating boyfriend, girlfriend, going steady, like that was the thing. And then that was kind of it. So then the situationship kind of came up later on, and that was very much how Vanessa said that's a sticky thing. Like you've been going back and forth, y'all not really together. Y'all was together at one point, y'all broke up, but y'all trying to see if y'all could get back together. Like so, you trying to figure out what's happening. That's the situationship. Very complex.
I want my cake and eat it too. Like I want to.
Correct.
I still want to go dib and dabble.
Okay.
You
Correct.
Okay, so,
but this is the only other thing. But wait, this is the only other thing that I would add. So now in my world, in Kimberland's world, and today, and mind you, I be tiptoeing in the streets. I ain't really in them streets, but I be tiptoeing a little bit. Okay, so. Dating in these days in my world is we are just dating. Like I'm getting to know who you are. I would maybe even, nope, I wouldn't equate it to talking. Talking is still talking. But dating, there has been no intimacy. The intimacy is not coming up until we get to actually being exclusive. Also, what is you looking crazy for if I'm out with somebody else if we're not actually exclusive? So that's kind of where I am right now. And that's me and my big fours. Okay, just turned 45, born in 81. Shout out to the elder millennials. Okay, that's it.
So Vanessa mentioned timing of these things. So what we can all agree on is that there's a phase in which we're talking. There's this middle ground stage where we like, maybe we in, maybe we out, we don't know yet. And then there's this official stage we go together. Now, what makes the shift from each stage to the next is what I want to know. How do we know we are not talking anymore? We are now exclusive. We're not boyfriend and girlfriend. I'm big. We're going to have a conversation about it. We're going to talk about it. There's going to be words said in a commitment, because some people think, oh, well, he took me to Roof Chris, so we must be exclusive. Or, he asked me to take a picture, or he took me around his family house. So are there things to you that imply we are no longer just talking, we are exclusive? We are date, and does dating come before exclusive?
See, okay, that was a lot, friend. But
yeah,
what I get,
we gotta unpack it.
Okay, we do. I would say for sure, for me, I feel like no assuming, like don't look at no signs.
Right.
Like, oh well, we're doing this, we're doing that, because they said assume makes ass out of you and me, and I would never be out of food. So definitely, we have to sit down, have a conversation. But also, like if I'm having a good time, enjoy myself or whatever, I'm not going if I don't feel called to have the conversation, I'm not going to. But I do feel like it's something that needs to be said. Like, hey, are you entertaining anybody? And I'm not gonna volunteer that information either. Contrary to other people's belief. If you don't ask me, I ain't saying nothing.
Okay.
I don't feel like I have to volunteer that information out. And yeah, that's my business. Maybe y'all agree. Maybe you may not agree with me. Yeah, I'm not volunteering that. Oh, I see. Oh, we're judging? I thought it was a safe space.
No, I'm interested.
We're listening.
But no, I'm just like, yeah, if you don't ask me, I'm not going to say anything. And some people may say that's like omitting the truth, but it's like, yeah, no, it's not really your business, what I'm doing over here. Unless, especially if we're not intimate.
And so what stage is this? You're saying once if this is like
we're talking, or it's like we're dating, but we're not exclusively dating. It's just like, hey, we're dating around. Like we're just, we're enjoying sort of going out to eat, maybe going to the arcade or something like that. You know what I mean? Nothing too crazy.
So you big don't ask, don't tell.
Okay, I think that's fair though.
Yeah.
Yeah, unless you ask me. And
I think that's fair.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. I have a question. And I'm not judging. I'm just playing devil's advocate because, we would say if it's a man, why you leading her on? Why we need to know that, you're dating other women or that she's not the only one or
Yeah,
I'm just asking. I'm just asking for a friend. Or do the rules not apply to us because
I love that you
I'm just the girl.
in my big 20, I would say this was 20 before I got my relationship. I was like 26, 27. And it was just like, hey, I'm not asking you what you doing. If I call you, don't answer. Okay, I guess you're busy, boo. I'll be busy too. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not gonna say hunt you down and figure out what you're doing or whatever and who you with. Like you didn't answer, you busy. Okay, cool. I'm gonna go by my day.
Okay, so now I have another question.
Mm-hmm.
And please don't let me dominate but I'm nosy. Do the same rules apply to a guy that you're interested in, that you actually want to take serious?
I'm knocking down your door. What you doing? That's when I'm gonna have the conversation. That's when I will lead the conversation. That's what happened in my current relationship. Hey, what are we doing? I actually like you. What's up?
Oh, wait a minute.
Do you want to go to brunch or not? Like, do you want to be exclusive or not? Like, who is on your line? Who is on your line? I want to know. But like he pulled it. Like I wanted to do that. That's if I don't want to, I'm not going to. But I wanted to. I wanted that meeting.
Okay? She said, if I fucks with you, I need to know everything.
And no shade. I dated really nice other guys. But like, you know, I was in an era where I was like, hey, I want to be serious. I'm tired of the street. Okay?
So you brought the conversation up.
Yeah, I was like, hey, what we doing? Like, you know, I'm like, yeah. We've been going out, we've been chilling, we have been having a great time, you know? And honestly, that's the longest, I ain't gonna tell my business too much, but like, I really wasn't giving it up, you know what I'm saying? But I'm like, I really like him. I like how he's patient.
Okay, we're gonna dig into that during the Dear Brain people. We're gonna need to dig. We're going to dig a little deeper into that a little later in the episode. But one of the things I was going to say was I agree with if we are just dating, mind your business and I'm a mind mine. My assumption is that you are doing whatever you are doing. Like, and I'm not concerning myself with that. Now, mind you, this is big 40s me. In my 20s, that was not a thing. In my 20s, if we dating, you is my man. What is happening, right? Mm-hmm. So I had to do a whole lot of recalibrations on the things. But now in this world that I live in, if we're just dating, we're just dating. I don't care what you're doing, because I'm not having sex with you. So I don't care. Like you can do whatever you feel like doing. I also agree that at first when you were like, okay, so moving like to the next, is there a conversation? At first I was going to be like, you're going to have to ask me. You're going to have to write me a note and ask me to actually be your girlfriend. Or check yes or no. Okay. Like you're going to have to make your intentions known, because otherwise I'm minding my black ass business. Okay. But if it's somebody that I am very much wanting to see some type of future with, I'm not opposed to initiating the conversation, but there has to be a conversation. Absolutely. We do not do assumptions, and I also do not like to be claimed as property. That's something else that I get real like, I'm not you. I don't belong to you. I need you to understand I'm a whole person out here. Yeah. But we're going to need to have a conversation about what your intentions are and what you think this is about to look like and what you think this is not going to look like. And that's not even saying that I may want it to like end up in marriage. But if we're going to be exclusive and committed, then we need to make those intentions known.
Sorry.
You know, otherwise... we doing whatever we doing with whoever we doing it with.
Bleep that part out. no, but true to that point of asking and intentions and responsibility that comes along with moving into the next stage. Like when Daniel and I got together, he actually ended up asking me to be his girlfriend on 2 separate occasions. The first time I didn't say yes, I didn't say no. I said, I don't know. I had never had a boyfriend before so for me, that was like a big deal. It's a responsibility in my mind.
How old were you?
25.
And you said you had never had a boyfriend before 25? Like not even in high school or nothing? High school sweetheart?
I had one for like 2 dates, you know, it was like that, like nothing. And I was big. You talk about true situationship. No, I was big FWBs. Yeah, that's it. I don't want to claim none of you niggas. I don't want none of that. I don't want none of these problems. Again, my life story was I was getting the F up out of there. You know, I was moving. So also I'm not gonna be in love with nobody, heartbroken over nobody to like have me vacillating whether or not I'm leaving because I'm out of here. So I was just like, ooh. And when we were talking, I knew that's what I wanted to become, like his girlfriend. But it was like, I don't know, we were talking for only like 2 weeks, actually, really. And so it just was like fast. So I was like, oh, I mean, because I was also, yeah, no, we stuck twin. That's you know, that's my man. So also, but it's also just like, well, what's the point of talking if we're not going to be in a relationship? I was also at that point in my life too, like. I want to be in a committed relationship, right? Like I do want to take somebody serious. I do want to have a husband. So I actually do need to have a boyfriend first, right? Like that's kind of how
I have to do the steps.
It has to go, you know? So at first I was like, ooh, I don't know. But then when he asked me again, you know, I was like, you know what? Okay, yeah, let's fucking go. Let's do it. And so we've been locked in ever since. So I'm curious, like, what is the responsibility level? Like you said, if we're exclusive, okay, now what comes with that? Like, what are now the differences in us being exclusive versus us talking? What are now the differences in us being boyfriend, girlfriend?
You ain't got to finish that quick. I want to see nobody on that phone. And that's okay. So that wasn't there before.
I don't even care if they were there before, but unless you might just have to go too.
I'm saying like, if y'all friends, cool. Like, I don't want to hear no new friends. Actually, let me not do that. Let me not say that. But I definitely know exes. Like, what y'all have to talk about? Like, what's tea? What y'all got to talk about? That's number one out there.
Nothing.
Yeah, and I feel like that now you are gonna be the person I call that flat tire cunt. I'm calling you. You know, I feel like you now stepping into like a different role.
This is exclusive.
This is exclusive. Like,
okay.
Hey, I need you to come handle some stuff around here. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I think that's all I have. Maybe I'm still young ho.
Okay.
So maybe that's the requirements right now. Maybe I could step my game up a little bit, but it's like, hey, if something needs to get done, I'm calling you. And also on that phone, it's none of that funny business. You're still not shopping around, seeing what options were exclusive. We're trying to really get there together, move into the.
That's a good phrase. You're not shopping around.
Yeah. You done put a down payment on the car, and you ready to.
You done came off the apps.
Yeah.
And we locked into this.
You don't even need that app on your phone. Delete the app.
Delete that.
Delete the app.
Well, there's no reason for it to be there if you're not using it. Like if you got somebody with your own it for, that means you're still shopping.
Yeah.
And if we being honest, I don't even want a nigga who's on the apps. I don't even want you to have been on the apps to have to get off the apps. But that's just me, my preference.
What if some people meet on apps though? Some people
I know, I get it.
I was about to say, so they could only talk to people in real life?
Yes.
It's a yes.
God dang, she run a tight program, huh?
Oh, it's strict. Sheesh. It's real strict. Okay. It's real. That's why I only needed one man. Hello? One.
It's the snort. It's the snort.
Golly. And I'm sitting here like, I meet everybody on the apps. Like, I meet all sorts of people on apps. People that I'm dating, people I have no interest in dating. Like, I be on them apps sometimes. And then sometimes it be crazy. So I get off of there. But I also use them for different purposes. So I don't know. So Vanessa, when you said, is this like, was your answer like a young hoe answer? I don't know. I'm really sitting here the whole time asking myself, is this because I'm in my 40s? That I'm sure, because you know, I've been through a few things. Just in full transparency, y'all. Auntie been engaged a few times, never married. Because one thing I was not finna do is to walk down the aisle and get committed to somebody and it wasn't right. I'm not doing that. Now, and I also have never had a problem finding someone who wants to be engaged and be married. That also doesn't mean that that's right. So I heard you, sir, and also maybe not. And also maybe yes, and also never mind. All of those scenarios have happened. Okay. So I want to say some of the best advice that my mother gave to me was it's very easy to get into a marriage and it is much harder to get out of it. And I really took that to heart. And even though I've been engaged a few times, as you see, I got out of it because whatever reasons was happening, circumstantial whatevers, was like, yeah, this is not the right step to take. But to your question, what comes with exclusivity? I 100% agree with Vanessa in regards to you are my person now. You are my emergency contact. You are the person that I am calling for any and everything. You are also the person, probably the only person that I'm going to actively be available for and pick up the phone for, because I don't be on the phone like that. Don't call me. Okay. But if you my man,
Yeah.
Call me.
No, yeah.
I may, I'm going to be more available. So now you have availability. There's not like particular times. You don't have to like really be like, oh, it's 9:00. Is it too late for me to call her? Like you can call. That don't mean I'm gonna always answer though. That don't mean I'm always answer because I might be busy, but you have that freedom and flexibility to be able to call. If we are exclusive and that's my man, so my thing with other people, and this is where I was saying, like, is this because I'm 40? I don't really care about exes. That's not something that I am concerning myself with. Again, in my 20s, I was big checking phone energy, big like who you talking to, who is she, da 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 da. At this point in life, if I got to do all of that, you're not my man. Be well. I'm not even about to sit up here and do all of that. I'm not doing all of that. So, but also they come at 40 plus or, whatever. They come with ex-wives. They might have children already. So there are communications that are happening with exes. I also am friends with my exes. So, and the friendships that I these side eyes, I can't. Let Auntie cook, y'all. Relax. I'm friends with my exes because I don't believe that just because the relationship ended that you now have to be enemies. I really don't. And so at this
What the fuck else will we be, Kimberland?
Yeah, I mean, and I'm with you, Kimberly. It's not enemy.
This was once somebody that you cared about and somebody that you loved.
So I've never cared about a nigga like that.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. It's not that we're enemies, but it's like I feel like when you in a relationship, though, it's not like you can't like it's certain conversations you just can't have. Like that person, it depends. It depends on the type of ex too. I feel it can't be,
Yes.
Yeah. If this was the ex, the ex. You know what I mean? The ex.
I think friendships with exes, nothing's impossible, right?
Yeah.
There's a very special dynamic that must exist that is undeniable for me to be able to be comfortable with that, because I know people are sneaky and they are patient and they are just waiting for the time to come.
Shadows.
When a bitch make you mad and you need somebody to vent to, and now they giving you a hug, and now that hand that went from the small of your back to the crack of your, real gentle, like, and now shit just went left. I don't know. I'm a creative.
Not
my
speaking
mind
from experience or anything like that, but
hell no, I don't got no exes though.
Oh, you're right. Okay, sir.
But anyway, okay, so all of these different things, just talking, situationship, exclusivity, blah, blah, blah. The last question I want to ask is, have you gotten caught up in thinking you was in a different phase than what the other person was in? For me,
yes,
in college, and this really is just really dumb, young and dumb, ho. Like, I guess in college, it was the dude I was talking to, and we were exclusive. I don't even want to call it exclusive. We were friends with benefits for some years, and I was open to it moving beyond that, right? And he just told me it's not happening. He told your girl, okay? He told me. But then it would be, the late nights and well, maybe, but I fucks with you, and you don't nobody do it like you do, all of the things. So then you think,
See, that's why them
maybe
friends with benefits is dangerous.
he gonna change his mind. And no, nigga, he told you, okay? So now you run around with the stupid doing shit you ain't got no business doing.
Yeah.
I call that the stiff arm of friendship. That's what I call that. Y'all know how to in football they be doing the stiff arm. I call that the stiff arm of friendship.
No,
I done had that done to me a few times. I wanted to, so we have our community is here in the chat and they're chiming in over there. And somebody has said, who was that? Toolshed was saying like, what about neurodivergent people? And like neurodivergent people need like a different like set of stages or whatever. And so to your question about, has it ever happened where you wasn't on the same page as somebody else? Yes. And now I'm realizing it's because I'm neurodivergent. And so I was thinking that we was in another space, and then I'm like, oh, we really like each other, right? And turns out we was friends with benefits or whatever. And then I'm the one, cause he like, no, I'm not finna do that with you. And I'm like, but what you mean? We was doing the things. Okay. Okay. And I now know that's because of that neurodivergence. That's because I wasn't making things clear, which is why now we got to be super, super clear. We got to be super clear because big transparent. What is we doing? What are your intentions? And if you didn't tell me that, don't be making no assumptions over here because what I'm doing, minding my black ass business. Hey, C girl.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning. I'm here to join the conversation.
Love that. And I'm gonna give my take and then see what love yours if you can. Yeah, I think we all got rejected. Is that what it's gonna be called? Is that what it's?
I was never rejected, honey.
Will you be mine?
I too read too deep into things.
Okay.
Because I'm like, oh, we going out. We're doing the things. Like we're having this was in college, and the guy was a little bit older than me. And so I'm thinking like, okay, like we're hanging out. Like, why would you want to hang out with a 20-year-old if you're not trying to, And so
that's a whole nother podcast, Vanessa. That's a whole nother podcast.
No, but I'm saying like, we're going out. We're having a good time. We're going out on dates. We're having a great time. And I was like, hey, I'm ready to take things up a notch. Said, I'm good. Like I was just chilling with you. I thought you was in school, and I'm like, oh.
No, I thought you was in school. I could date and study.
He just wanted to be friends.
Like, yeah, but you weren't giving friend. You
I mean, you weren't doing the whole thing of opening the door. I guess he was being chivalrous, and I took his kindness of him being chivalrous,
which is important to know.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why you can't assume. So I skipped the hey, what are we doing thing, and went straight into let's get it on. And so in both realms, having the conversation is very important. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And speaking of just off topic real quick, like you said, Shekinah, it's important to understand the difference of I'm just being chivalrous, I'm just being kind, and I like you. And as someone who has been chronically single, I have to find myself finding that line. This man is just being nice. He's just opened the doors. That's what men do. But I've been opening the doors so long by myself. I'm like, ooh, I like the way he really liked me. I like the way he opened that door. Okay. Yes. So I have to be mindful of that because, girl, what?
You got something off the top shelf for me?
Indeed.
Okay.
Indeed.
You took that trash out?
Yeah, taking that trash out now. You might you might get me to do some things if you coming over here and you taking the trash out and being thoughtful. Okay, now that might be the golden ticket.
Yes.
Listen, okay, y'all. So we gotta move on to the next segment of the show. We're gonna figure out. We got some of our good sis out there who are in need of advice and who wants to hear from the aunties. So I'm gonna kick it over to Vanessa with stirring the pot so that she can share with us, just what the girls need to know, what they need to hear from the aunties.
So yeah, as always, you can write into the show. We finally got our email up and running again. And so at the end, I'm gonna go ahead and let you know what that email is so you can send in your questions. And we can get them answered. And so this one is from a listener who asked to be anonymous. And here it is. It says, "Dear aunties, okay, tell me if I'm doing too much. I've been going out with this guy for about 2 months. We've been on a few dates, nothing crazy, but consistent. It feels intentional, and I actually, I'm starting to like him. The other night we were out, and I saw he was texting other women. Flirty. Oh, it was flirting. Okay. He wasn't hiding it, but he wasn't exactly subtle either. And it made me feel away. Now, technically, we never said we were exclusive, so I know he's not quote unquote wrong, but it still bothered me. Because in my head, if you really like someone, are you still actively entertaining other people like that? I don't want to seem clingy or insecure, but I also don't want to ignore how I feel. Is this normal and I need to relax, or is this my sign to just adjust my expectations?" This is very much so aligned to what we were just talking about. And before I share my take, would love to know y'all's. Do we feel like she's doing too much?
How long did she say that
they were going out? They were going out for about 2 months.
Okay, about 2 months.
So I'm like,
and they have not had an exclusive.
Yeah, it's like, they said it wasn't exclusive. They've been going out, I'm saying, on dates for about 2 months. Yeah. Then she's seen a text. She's seen like it looked like they was flirting text. What you say, Kimberland? Stay out that phone.
Okay.
Listen, PJ Morton has the song and it says, "I don't want to go through your phone." Yes, sis, you're doing too much. I always feel like we, sorry, did I just come out the gate swinging? Sorry, girl, but also too much. I feel like we really need to adjust the way, when I say we as women, really need to adjust the way that we show up in relationships. Did she say how old she is?
I didn't get an age.
Okay. Just wondering, but I feel like we can put things in a place that they're not sooner than they need to be. So it's literally like, I feel like we have to manage ourselves. You have to know, and I'm not saying nothing against nobody, because baby, I done had it's the first night and we finna get it in. Like, I've had those experiences before. So I'm not saying that once intimacy enters the relationship, that things are going to automatically go south. But we have the control over that. So I feel like we have to do a better job as saying, until I have clarity and until we've had the exclusivity conversation, you are not going to gain access to those parts of me, because once I give you access to that part of me, now I'm sitting here looking at you flirting with other women, and now I'm about to put sugar in your gas tank. Like, you know what I mean? Like, things go. I'm not saying I've ever done that. Okay. I'm just saying that's what people be doing. Okay. Disclaimer. Okay. That's what I heard on the streets, But I really do feel like it is a self-management thing. And so we have to ask ourselves, and we'll again talk about this in Dear Brain People, but we really have to ask ourselves what is the status right now, and what do I need to see, and how do I know that this is actually exclusive? If you haven't had an exclusive conversation, get out that man's phone. Why is you in his business, and why ain't nobody in your phone?
That's the real question.
Damn, Kimberland. Okay. How you know she ain't got callers?
Stop calling.
Well, then if she got callers, she really shouldn't be.
But sometimes, when that's your favorite caller, that might be her bestie. I mean, you know, maybe her bed. You know what I'm saying? That might be the
Number one draft pick.
But she only did say 2 months. But you know, let me not telling myself too much. But yeah.
For me, and this is something that I am learning. I'm learning what you're talking about, right, Kimberland? Because I am one of those ones who I jump, like somebody say, I start at 100 and then I deduct from there instead of starting at 0 and having you earn those points. I kind of work the opposite, and that has not worked for me in my time. So I'm trying to go, you know, change that around. Because like you said, we give a lot of ourselves because, you know, that's just who I am. I'm a lover girl. I love to love. I love to spoil. Oh, you mentioned this, I'm going to buy this. And while that's great, that's not your man. And he's going to take that and whatever you're doing for him. And he's still at the end of the day going to be like, well, I thought we was friends. Or texting other women and you know, going out of your way and doing these things. So I think that person may be doing a little bit too much. I know for me, I would automatically feel some type of way because I don't talk to multiple people when I'm dating. I'm very much single vision or whatever. But I understand that not everybody is like that. So I do think that you have to have that conversation in order to have those expectations. So yeah, I think you got to have that conversation whether or not you guys are going to make it exclusive dating. Are we going to be in a relationship? Like there's levels to this, and it don't seem like y'all might not be on the same page.
I 100% agree. I think a couple things. I think first of all, I don't think that you're wrong necessarily for feeling a way because you do like him, right? I think there is a natural primal like jealousy kind of thing that might activate, you know, when you see quote your man, even you know, when they ain't our man, they are man. That's talking to somebody else. Like even if we ain't made it exclusive, even if I am talking to 20 other niggas, I don't want to see you talking to another nigga. Okay, you know what I'm saying? I'd rather go blind, baby, than to see you loving her. You understand? That's me, Big Etta James. Like, I don't want to see that shit. Don't give me the visual. So, I get it. You're not wrong for necessarily feeling that way. Now, to the point of this having this conversation situation. If you're going to have this conversation now, and he says, well, I don't want to be exclusive, now you got to be ready to walk, my girl. You got to be ready to walk, because if you don't walk, then that means you don't let the nigga slide. And if you let them slide, they gonna skate all over your ass. Okay?
It's a world of heartache and heartbreak.
You can't let them slide.
Let's just skate on them.
So if you're not ready to drop them, if you're not ready to make some cuts from the team, you just gonna have to put in a group chat with your girls, tell the aunties, write us another letter, do what you gotta do, friend. But if you are in a position where you ain't wasting no time, you making cuts, you're not doing he not making it to stand battle, okay? Then go ahead and have a conversation and say, hey, you know, I'm feeling you, and I seen your girl text you, and I know I'm not on you about that. I'm not mad because you was necessarily text another girl. We got to make that clear, because you're not exclusive, right? That's not the issue. The issue is that I like you, and I don't want to see you liking other people besides me. And if that's something you're interested in, let's not like nobody else for now. And let's be exclusive, right? But if you're not ready to have that conversation where he say, well, you know, I'm still trying to play the streets and play the field, and you still just stuck as number 2 in the phone, then just do with that information what you will, friend. Okay?
Mic drop.
do with that information what you will.
It sounds like my girl, she needs to, you know, either adjust the expectations, or, you know, either if you're going to confront them about the messages, be ready to step if needed. If not,
you
Ray Charles to the bullshit and keep going.
Yes.
Okay, hopefully you've seen this before you did confront, but if not, my bad. Or our bad. But yeah, so if you also want to share, your question and get it answered on the show, you can email us at FAWL fawl@gmail.com. Again, that is FAWL podcast@gmail.com. All right, I'm going to go ahead and kick it over to my girl C for our announcements.
Yes. So I have to tell you guys about our brand bestie, Shekinah. Did you guys know that Shekinah also runs LTS Promotions, where she offers one-on-one branding services, and she helps entrepreneurs and creatives cut through the noise, get clear on their brand, and finally stand out online. If your brand feels all over the place, this is your sign to tap in with Brand Bestie. Head over to tinyurl.com/thebrandbestie to book your free clarity call today. And if you're not already following me on TikTok, go check me out at CMills1. I'm a social worker and a young Black woman sharing affordable fashion find, lifestyle tips, and all the relatable moments you didn't know you needed. So now we are going to kick it over to Miss Kimberland, and she's going to tell us what our brain people are thinking about.
Yes. So I wanted to dig a little bit deeper into what we're talking about here. So this is our Dear Brain People segment. This is our chance to go inside our brains and really think through what we have happening, what we're thinking about, whatever. And so the first thing that came to my mind is, what do we need to see in order to know that we, us, are ready to be in an exclusive relationship? Right? Because a lot of times, especially in heterosexual relationships, we very much are like, he needs to do this and he needs to do that and he needs to show up like this, that, and whatever else. But my question is, how do we know that we are ready to be in an exclusive relationship? What do you need to see and be and have present to know it's time for me to go sit down?
I'm cracking up at Sierra face because I already know she like nothing. I need to see a mirror.
My face telling me, okay, I'm ready now.
I'm ready now.
I was born ready.
Yeah, I would say for me, it's like, for me, what I need for myself is like, I'm not thinking about outside people, or like you said, I'm not thinking about I need to go through the phone and then like that. Like, I fully wholeheartedly trust you and trust our relationship that, you know, you are doing right by me. You know what I'm saying? Anytime we're out in this space, whether I'm there or not, I know that you're going to hold it down. Same thing for me. If I'm out, you know, I have no wandering eyes. I'm just, you know, I'm there in this space enjoying the vibe. You know, if somebody offered to buy me a drink, I'm still going to take it. Thank you. But it's just going to stay right there. Thank you. I'll take a lemon drop with the vodka, because I don't do it with tequila.
See, that makes me feel so bad.
What? You don't be taking a drink?
No. Also, I don't really recall getting, I don't be out, so getting offered one in a while that I wasn't out with my man. So I don't know. I just, in my mind, when I imagine that situation, I'm like, oh, no.
No. Yeah,
I know. I mean, it's fine. I should take it.
Can my homegirl get one too?
Okay.
Yeah.
I need you to be there to be like, yes, she does.
Okay.
We do.
Yeah. So definitely, like, just, I'm in this space where I feel like, you know, I only have eyes for this person. Like, I'm not thinking about, you know, my ex or anybody else. Like, I'm just like, hey, I'm really locked in this person, because I know before, for me, eyes wonder, baby. I'm just curious. You know what I'm saying? That was just me. I was just very curious. So once that curiosity kind of just like ceased and I was content, I was like, you know, I think I am ready to move into the relationship with this person. And also, I feel like that was like more so healing that I had to do on my own. Like, what is this? Why am I not able to commit or whatever? Like, why was that so hard? And I feel like once I unpacked that and I realized, like, hey, it was because I was scared about being vulnerable. But once I was able to be vulnerable and sharing my experiences and stuff with that person, I was also like well received and not judged for my past experiences. That's what made me feel like comfortable and let me know, like, hey, this person is safe. They're not here to harm me or do anything wrong to me. I'm safe here. I'm ready to enter.
Yeah. I will second that for sure. I had to, I didn't see it until, unfortunately, I was already in a relationship. But I will say, a willingness to commit, and not in the traditional sense and like I'm going to cheat, I'm talking to other people kind of commit, like I was faithful, but commit to the decision of being with this person, that this is also another person whose first time is on earth, and they are navigating their lives and their traumas and their experiences, and they are also trying to figure out how to merge that with you. And so to really get anywhere, we got to commit to this thing, right? And like Michelle Obama was saying, like, you can be married for 30 years and 10 of them be bad, and that's still good odds. Like, that's still really good odds. And it's just like eliminating this false sense of rainbows and butterflies that come with a relationship. Like, do I want really someone who's surface and it's always all good? Is that even really for real what I want? Or do I want to commit to somebody who I can get in the mud with, and we can go through some things and we can come out on top? And obviously, again, 30 or 20 out of the 30 years were amazing, but there were those 10 years, there were those 10 years that I had to commit and decide I'm in it, I'm here. So I would say seeing that within yourself, like that you're not just in wanting to be in this relationship for the title, or for the I want somebody to be with me, or the look of it all, but that you're really willing to commit yourself to another human being, not a provider, not a protector, those are things that they will do, but they are a human.
You are grown, baby.
That's a grown woman relationship. I see what you and Daniel doing over there.
Okay, you are grown, honey.
Yeah. I love it.
Yeah.
So for me, being that, again, I've been single for so long, what I would need in order to say, yes, I'm ready to, because part of me, and I hate to look at it like this, but again, I've been single for so long, so you get into this independent, point of your life. So part of me is like, if I'm already doing this, you need to come in and add, like, you need to make my life easier in a way, or like be adding something to it, make it more peaceful, make it less stressful, taking something off my plate. It doesn't have to be, because I'm not necessarily one of them ones that like, you got to come in and pay my bills. Now, younger me was like, no, he do not have to pay. I remember Shekinah and her mom used to laugh at me because I would be like, no, a man does not have to buy me anything. He does not have to pay my bills. He does not have to. And they like, Sierra, you are crazy. And I'm like, no, I just want love. Like, all I need is a love.
What a
No. Now that I'm a grown woman who pays all my bills, I'm gonna need a little bit more than love, baby. So that's being real. But you don't necessarily have to pay my bills, but you have to make my life easier in some way. You have to make it more peaceful. You have to take a load off of me, because I'm already doing everything by myself. So I'm not going to add you as another responsibility. It has to be the complete opposite for me. And that comes with that commitment, that comes with that loyalty, like you said, or just that emotional security of, I can be vulnerable in this relationship. I can let my guard down in this relationship. I don't have to be the man that I've always been by myself. I don't have to be that man with you. And so that is what helps me to.
That's what you need to see in him. What you need to see in you. Right. The question was about you.
Okay. Her connection acting up again. That be happening sometimes.
You wasn't late to this part. You got
okay. Honestly, okay.
She tried it.
Let's bring that back then. So that was about him. Okay, so let me. I'm so focused on what they doing and what they ain't doing Lord. For me, honestly, I can be very, what's the word? What is attachment?
Anxious attachment?
Yes, anxious. That's what I'm looking for. I can have anxious attachment issues.
What does that mean?
I will try to make something work when until it can't work anymore. Like
Mm.
I will go out of my way to make this work because unfortunately I had to look at it, but part of me doesn't want to be alone for this long. So I'm like, okay, let's just work on this so that way.
Settling.
Yes. And yes. So for me, I need to have that, like Kimberland talked about, okay, I am not going to do this until we are here. Have
willingness to walk away.
Yes, more willingness to walk away and more like boundaries and discipline while dating. Because like I said, I start at 100, I go all in, and then I deduct. And that's not healthy because what have they done to deserve? Not necessarily, you don't have to work for love, but what have they done to deserve 100% of, while I'm going out of my way, buy, like I said, stuff that you've mentioned or doing these things and we haven't, we're not on that level.
You got to show her that levels of access diagram, Kimberly.
Yes.
Yeah, that's literally what I was sitting here thinking about.
Me and my therapist will debunk that.
Amen.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I agree with a lot of the things that you all said, and I feel like my list is very similar. One of the things that I would add is I need to first be okay with being with myself. So I can like relate to when you're talking about like the anxious attachment. And I at this point, I haven't done an attachment style quiz in a minute. At this point, I feel like I've grown in that area that I'm not anxiously attached, especially with people who have abandonment issues or like you have had traumatic experiences in the past. It's very easy to get in a place of being like, I'm gonna just hang on to this because I don't want to be by myself. So one of the things that I personally had to do was step back from relationships, period, and be with myself. So when I can enjoy time with myself and then I find myself wanting to be with this other person and wanting to share with this other person and wanting to be vulnerable and willing to even think about enduring a hard time, because coming out the gate, 10 years of bad girl, bye, I'm gone. 10 years? I'm out of here. I will be with myself when I can be bad by myself.
Consecutive. She ain't saying consecutive.
I know.
No, she
I know it wasn't consecutive. I know, but I'm saying that idea for me is like absolutely not. If I'm at a place where I'm willing to say we may have some bad times, but I am willing to be here through this, and I'm willing to allow you to be here with me, and I'm willing to be there with you, and we have this mutually beneficial respect and love for each other. That is the only way I can see myself being willing and ready to commit. The other thing I would add to that is you've got to be my friend. Yeah. You've got to be my friend, because in friendship, we are so much more gracious in how we allow like forgiveness and like talking things out with friends and things like that. And so what I found out in these past relationships and engagements and all that kind of stuff, we were not friends. And so for me, I have to be willing to be your friend, and I have to feel like you are my friend, and we are going beyond the surface. We're having deep conversations. I'm understanding, and there is a mutual respect and understanding that is there for me to be able to say, okay, I'm actually willing to be exclusive in this situation.
1000%.
Yeah.
You got to be my friend.
Yes. And that's, like you said, that's what I feel like I haven't had.
And in terms of being alone with yourself and being single, I 1000%, anybody listening to this, please do that. Embrace your singleness. Embrace it to the fullest. Take yourself out. Learn to be with yourself. What shows do you like? What self-care regimens can you implement? Learn to rub your own feet. Like, it sounds so single cat lady-ish, in a way. But I promise you, the aura and the energy that you then present when it comes to this dating is not of desperation. It's not of needing. Correct. It literally is, you are the cherry on top. I can get all of the not all, but a lot of the dopamine hits by myself without you, and it shows. Like, they can smell it on you. I don't know what it is, but it's an aura, an energy that you give and present, and then that you can better select and discern with when you are thinking from that space. So
yes, I always say it's the most freeing thing. I always say that I think women should live alone at some point in their life. Just really learn who you are, and like you said, get that regimen, do your skincare, just pour into yourself, and that's where the freedom comes. I promise you. I promise. Just try it.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, your partner is not it's not their responsibility to make you happy. You are supposed to bring your own happiness into the situation. Those are individual responsibilities that you do collectively together. So if you don't know that, you are, one, giving your power away, but you're also giving it away to somebody who is not prepared and capable to even understand what makes you happy, because you don't even know what makes you happy. So we got to look inside. All right. So yeah. That we want to know what you all think in the comments. Let us know. Toolshed here in the comments say, I'm about to go buy myself some flowers.
Yes.
Right? Yes.
I love
so
it.
yes, we have the ability to be able to pour into ourselves, and really thinking about, it's not really about that other person and what they are doing. Who am I? How am I showing up in these relationships? And then again, making sure that we have our checklist. These are the things that I need to see to be able to give somebody access to this version of me. Everybody does not deserve access to the full version of you. Everybody doesn't deserve access to our bodies, right? So allowing ourselves to really just think about, what do I need in order to say I'm ready to move to this next place? Okay. Okay, so that's it, y'all. That's all that we have for today's episode. I know we can go in so many different directions. So if y'all have more things that y'all want us to dig into, dating is always a huge thing. Let us know in the comments, okay? Tell us, but what about this? Or ask about that? Or send us a letter with your scenario so that we're able to unpack it here on the episode, all right? And make sure that if you have not done so already, please go ahead and like the video. Please share this with somebody. I know y'all got questions out there. Share it with your people, okay? And y'all have a girl talk about it. Y'all sit down and talk about the things, okay? Because this the stuff over here from Auntie with Love that we be talking about that, you know, a lot of people don't be having these conversations, but we absolutely need to. So make sure y'all connect with us on this page here, Minding My Black Ass Business, or you can search from Auntie with Love.
Right, y'all. Thanks for spending time with your aunties today.
And until next time, remember,
we love you and we see you.
And we're rooting for you with love.
Always.